Alright guys, Jamie here from Superbike Warehouse, and in today's video we are going to be unboxing and building this fully electric Talaria Sting. Right, so we can see here the Talaria Sting is well packaged as we start to cut the box open. Be careful using a knife, obviously. Next up, you might need to get a friend just to help you lift the cardboard away from the bike. There will be a few things that you have to move as well before you take it off, but just lift it off and get a buddy to give you a hand. Next up, we start taking all the stuff away from around the outside of the bike, so the front wheel, clocks and all the other little bits that come with the bike. So getting rid of all the clean film, bubble wrap and cardboard that's around the bike. Next up, we start unclipping all of the cable ties that are around the bike that hold the handlebars on, and any other packaging that's around the bike. All around the indicators, lights and mudguard, around the seat and all of the bodywork. Next up, we're just going to start by loosely screwing in the indicators. Then once we've got them in loosely, we'll get our spanner in and give them that final nip up. Not too hard, you've got to remember guys, it's just plastic, so you don't want to go too hard on your spanner. Once again, pull in some more clean film off the seats. The front mudguard is attached to the rear wheel, so we'll just uncable tie that and take that off. First thing we're going to do on our starting of assembling the bike is putting our handlebars on, so we'll get them in place, get them in a nice position, and then unboxing to get the top clamp that should be in a little packet full of nuts and bolts. There they are there. The Talaria Sting does come with a handy little toolkit that has all the Allen keys and the spanner that you will need to build the bike. So we'll start off by putting the little clamp on and getting the handlebars in the correct place, starting off by just doing them finger tight, just so we get them in the right place. You've got little gauges on the handlebars, so you can make sure you get them dead level and in the correct position, what's most comfy for you. So as you can see here, we're adjusting them into the correct place. And then get the Allen key out, tighten them on diagonal sides so you get an even spread, so they're not distorted. Giving them that final bit of tension. Once again guys, don't do it too tight, there is a little spring washer in there to help. Next up, we're undoing the top bolt so we can move the front indicators into place. So you just have to loosen or take out the top bolt and then reinsert it once you've got the indicators in the correct position. And once again, you can use this with an Allen key that comes included with the bike. Doing this with left and right sided indicator. Always helps as well, you can push the headlight up just to give you easy access. And that is your front indicators on. Next up, we're going to unpackage the Speedo. That comes in a separate little box. So there it is. And then all you have to do is these two little clamps that just go around the handlebars. Once again, make sure you get this in the center so it's easy for you to get your little keypad in the correct place on the other side of the handlebar. So these are just light plastic, so all they do is just pull over. And then you have 2 little nuts and 2 little bolts that just sit into place. Firstly though, we're going to connect all the wires up. Very simple, they're all colour coded, so you can't get it wrong. And there you go, you can see we're going to put the little keypad on the end of the handlebar, so it's easy to get to you with your hands while you're riding the bike. Connecting more wires up. There's 3 wires to connect up. I believe there was 1 red, 1 green and 1 black, and they're all colour coded, so you can't get it wrong. Next up, we're going to put the nuts and bolts in the dashboard. It's just 2 bolts with 2 little nuts that sit in little cutouts in the plastic, so you don't have to put a spanner on the other end. All you have to do is tighten it up with the Allen key that is provided with the bike. Once again, don't do these up too tight, as the nut is just sitting in a plastic moulding, so you don't want to start rounding that off. And then same again with the little keypad that goes by your throttle. Just once again, nice and easy, don't tighten up too tight. Next up, we have this little rubber band that what does just puts all the wires neatly underneath the headlight to have it all in one place. And we'll go on by putting the reflectors on each side. Easily done, they just spin on, and then once again don't go too tight to snap it off. And you have one of them on each side. Next up, we've got the foot pegs. So they've got a little tag that sticks out on the bike, so they just sit in there nicely. You've got 3 different positions you can choose from where you want your place of your foot pegs, what makes it feel more comfortable with you. And then you just tighten it up with a ratchet, or you can use the spanner that is provided. It's a 15mm socket. Taking all the ratchets off, and then we move on to the back of the bike by putting the number plate holder on. This is held by 4 Allen key bolts, 2 at the front and then 2 down the middle. So just put them in hand first to line them up, and then just get your Allen key, and once again not going too tight as you're just screwing on plastic. So 2 at the front and then 2 down the middle. Really easy to fit. Next up, you might have to go find your friend again to just give you a hand to lift out the front of the bike, so you are able to get the front spindle out. Next up, knock the front spindle out from the wood chuck that's on the pallet. Once you've got enough to get hold of it, that should just slide out, and then 2 of you carefully lift the bike out of the pallet. Remove the front wheel from the box that it comes in. And then you will need to get your 2 spacers that will be in a separate packet. Slide them into position. Get your friend to lift the front of the bike up, and simply get your disc in between your 2 pads. Make sure your spacers don't drop out like mine did here. It is easily done. You've got it all lined up, it should all just slide into place. Once you've slid it all into place, get your spindle, give it a light tap with a soft blow hammer, and knock the spindle all the way through. Once you've done that, get your 2 black cap ends and tighten them up each end. And then what you do is you get your Allen key and nip up the pinch bolts just to hold the spindle in place. And that is your front wheel in. Now we'll start doing the finishing touches by putting the rear reflector on. Just sticks on easy as that. And then we've got the front mudguard. This is held on by 3 Allen key bolts again with 3 washers. get it into place first once with your hand, with finger tightness, and then go ahead with the Allen key provided to tighten it up. Last but not least, we have got the mirrors. Make sure the throttle turns freely and you haven't caught the mirror on the end of the throttle. Tighten them up nicely, once again not going too tight. Last but least is finally open up where the tank would be on a normal bike, connect the battery up by pushing down hard on the plug. That should then light up. Hit the kill switch and then your bike should be lit up, ready to go. Final little bit is get a cable tie and just clip your front brake hydraulic brake pipe to the front mudguard. There is a little indent in the front mudguard in the fork leg cover for you to clip it onto. And there you are, guys, your completed road legal Talaria Sting bike, ready for you to hit the road and hit the mud and have a great time. Cheers guys for watching this video, and we'll see you more for some Superbike Warehouse videos. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. See you all soon.